All right, Arvin, we're back. We've got another one. This time we're talking about brand name updates and how to get access to brand registry. Fun topic. I know you and I have both dealt with this a ton. I've had, I'm thinking of one brand that I worked with that they went from, let's say, Acme LLC, and that was their brand name, to they wanted to get rid of the LLC, like the entire company did, and it was just Acme, and that was it. So now we had to go through and update every single one of their Amazon listings to the new brand name. So
Mhm.
issues like that, and obviously brand registry is going to become a bigger and bigger topic in this discussion. So yeah, I guess kind of take us through like what are the common problems that you see, and then how to resolve them, or what's kind of working in your opinion.
Yeah, like just like you said, this is really a very, very interesting topic. Someone like maybe some that I've talked to in the past, they are always saying that they changing the brand name is almost an impossible task. But to me, as long as you have all of the evidence that your product packaging is already showing what the brand should really be, your website is updated with the correct brand, you have the trademark for the brand that you need to change it to. um yeah, you can always change it as long as your the changing of the brand is legit. It's not that you're just randomly changing something because you just decide to change it to something else.
Right.
So, but the workaround there is, yeah, sending all of this info, send rather to Amazon all of this information, the real world images that shows the packaging, that shows all sides of the product, the manufacturer website, the GS1 certificate that would help as well. And yeah, if you can also provide the seller support team the copy of your trademark, then that will help you solve the problem. You also have to be consistent with the flat file as well. That's one of the troubleshooting process, making sure that you are deleting the listing for over 24 hours, trying to hopefully the system will allow you when you release it back after 24 to 48 hours with the new brand name. So yeah, collating all of this information, the batch IDs, yeah, and also with the deleting of the listing, you should use a flat file because the seller support team will ask you, hey, have you deleted it over 24 hours? So if you will delete the listing using a flat file, it will generate a batch ID, and then it will also show a timestamp in there on the upload section of your catalog, and then after 24 hours or maybe even 48 hours is much better, you will upload it again and you can tell that seller support team that this is the batch ID for the delete, this is the batch ID for the relisting it. So it's in there. But actually what makes this really interesting is the getting access to brand registry. Sometimes getting the brand updated is you cannot get the answer from the seller support team, and you have to really go to the brand registry portal,
Mhm.
because as a brand owner you are given the brand registry rights after you register it there to do what you need to do on your listing. But the challenging part is that I noticed it a couple of months ago that Amazon is actually not allowing a secondary user to have access to the brand. What is a secondary user is someone who has no selling account, but they are more on doing more on the admin stuff, like filing of cases. So sending the brand registry access to another seller to allow them to be a registered agent so that they have their own selling accounts, right? So it's not really a problem. But giving it to a secondary user, maybe you want me to work on your listing to update the brand, but a brand registry will automatically decline it.
Right.
So one of the
Uh,
work
just to,
around there, go.
well, I
Go
was
on,
just gonna
Ben.
say, so just to clarify for anyone watching or listening, so like with brand registry, it's gonna, the owner has their main login for brand registry, and that
Yeah,
they can't add another, hey, I'm gonna create a new user that can also access brand registry. That's gonna be Arvin. That's not doable.
yeah,
And so to like the communication and work has to be done through the main user's login, and that's where you want to
yeah,
be careful if you're like have a team member who's assisting you or something. You want to be careful about sharing that login, obviously, because there's
yeah.
sensitive info in there.
You
And
will not share that.
yeah,
Should
exactly.
not. Yeah,
So that, but Yeah, essentially, like that is a place where you're going to need to do a lot of the work. Sometimes you have to raise the cases in brand registry. So, sorry, continue. What's the workaround?
Yeah, like just to add to that one, brand registry. I'm not saying that before it's not that powerful, but these days I see that it is actually adding more benefit to the seller, and it is a separate portal. So it's not it's linked to your seller central, but it has its own portal where you have to log in separately, and where you can also grant access like user permission to another seller as your registered agent, or also just to represent you, but also to someone like us who will be your who will work for you to actually work this issue. But the workaround now is, if let's say you send the invitation to a secondary user, maybe your employee, and then it got rejected, what you need to do is to ask your employee to take a screenshot of that error, send it back to you, and you, as the private label owner or the brand owner, should be the one to raise a case to brand registry portal under the technical issue, and explain to the brand registry team that you, as the brand owner, is actually giving access to this employee of yours to have access to your brand registry and represent you to do the necessary edit or
Mhm.
file cases in brand registry and whatever you need to do. Because if you will ask your employee to raise the case of brand registry because their user has been declined, the brand registry team will automatically reject it, because in the first place, their email address is not yet linked to your brand. So
Yeah.
if they will look at like this email, yeah, I don't see anything in here, so they will just ignore it. But you, as the brand owner, your email is linked, of course, to your brand, and then you're explaining things to them that you're giving it to them. So there's a high chance of it being approved. So I'm saying high chance because it's not automatically that when you raise a case, Amazon will instantly allow the secondary user to have
Mhm.
access to your brand. So you sometimes to still have to follow it up.
Okay. Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
that's
So
how I'm doing
sometimes
it.
they will give access once you raise a case to a
Mhm.
secondary person, which is that's a good thing to know. The
Yeah.
I think, so also just to kind of bring this full circle. So if you are making this kind of a change where you, let's say you already have a listing or a couple, your catalog's already built and you have a brand name, like let's just use Acme LLC, and now you're moving
Mhm.
from that brand name over to just Acme. First off, you should have that brand now registered in the same brand registry account. That's probably step number one. So you should have
Yeah.
already, in an ideal world, you as a seller already have the trademark and everything you need. You register that in brand registry. Then when you go back to Seller Central to actually make the changes to each listing, that's where you're probably going to
Mhm.
run into some kind of problem. Sometimes it goes through really easily, like if you're just manually editing or the flat file making edits. Sometimes it'll be that half your catalog gets easily updated, and for whatever reason, the other half doesn't and has problems. More
Mhm.
likely than not, though, you're going to have problems during this process. And that's where you need to kind of work through the system, which normally involves a lot of cases, either in Seller Central or Brand Registry, to get the actual listing updated. And they're going to normally ask you, have you done a full delete relist? So that's what you were saying, where you should do that before opening cases because they're going to ask you for that anyway. So save you time and get the batch
Yeah.
ID. And then having the GS1, I think it's the prefix, right? That denotes what company. Like
The
if you
JSON prefix. Yeah. Yeah.
okay. And then I think the other thing they ask for is if you either have like infographics,
Manufacturer website.
yeah, either
Yeah.
the website, a PDF, or like booklet, something that shows that, hey, this product should have this correct updated brand name. So website is easy. If you're the brand owner, just put on the website the proper brand name, the UPC. That's normally what they're going to
Yeah.
ask for, or create like a little catalog booklet for it. And then real world images, I think a lot of times they ask for as well. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. So again, just to add more information, I'm only like saying about the brand registry cases. If your workaround in Seller Central is not working, like the one that Ben mentioned, the flat file, raising of cases, providing all the documents to the seller support team, and they're still not letting you do it because sometimes it's just about the retail contribution. That's another thing, or another issue to discuss. But yeah, if you've done everything and you're still not getting the right answer, then maybe you can go directly to brand registry team to help you with this issue. But if, let's say, at the same time you have access to your seller central and brand registry, then why don't you raise a case at the same time?
Yeah.
So, trying multiple things will actually help you get the resolution you want as soon as possible.
Love it. Cool. Well, yeah, that was a great breakdown. Thanks, Arvin. And if anyone watching has any questions, let us know in the comments under the YouTube video, or feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to either point you in the right direction to someone that can help, or give feedback, or if we can do anything, we'll certainly do our best there too. So, Arvin, any final thoughts? Otherwise, I think that's it for this one. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm trying to not share more information. Otherwise, this recording will like go longer.
Yeah. All right, cool. We'll leave it at that. So we'll see everyone in the next video. Cheers.